Welcome to Python Programming Language video tutorials by Shine India Pvt Limited. I am your Posubabu Sir, technical, quant, logical reasoning trainer. In my previous tutorial, I have discussed about sorted method. In this presentation, I would like to discuss sorted method. Without wasting much time, let's start and discuss about this sorted method. Now let me write it here, the sorted method. Now it is a built-in method. Do remember this. It is a built-in method. So using this sorted method, so we can arrange the elements in either ascending order or descending order. So this is what we can do using this sorted method, right? Now, let me explain the syntax for this sorted method. Let me write it here, the syntax. So now what is the syntax for this sorted method? So you have to write sorted and then you have to pass the iterable here. You have to pass iterable, comma. So here iterable means what? It might be list, it might be tuple, it might be set, it might be dictionary, it might be string, whatever it is, right? You may pass here, right? So, and then the second parameter is key equal to none. So here it is an optional parameter. It is what an optional. And here you could pass a function. So which means, so what is happening here? So if you want to customize the sort order, let me write here. If you want to customize the sort order, so you may use this key parameter, customize the sort order, customize the sort order. So you may use this parameter, so key parameter. So here you may pass a function, which means you may pass a built-in function. So built-in function, or you may pass user-defined function. You may pass user-defined function, or you may pass lambda function, right? So as per your requirement, you could pass, and it is an optional parameter, right? And the next one is reverse flag. Reverse flag. It is by default set to false. So it is a default parameter. It is a default parameter, and it is set to always false. So if you want, you could change it. So this is what the syntax for this sorted method. Now, let me give a small example so that you could understand with a more clarity. So now let me write here some a is equal to one list. Let us take iterable as I'm taking here the list. So list consists of certain elements. So let me write it here. So this is what the list, which is not iterable. So list object I have taken. Now let us use a sorted method. Sorted of. So what you have to pass here, iterable. So here the list object as an iterable. So let us pass A, right? Now the rest are what optional, and this is an optional parameter. And by default, this parameter will be there here at the sorted method. So reverse equal to false. I'm not writing anything here. Now, when you apply this sorted method, so then what could be the output, right? Now, modifications will be done in A and it will create a new list, right? So here you just try to observe A is what a original list. So there will be no changes you may identify in A. You could not identify any changes in the original list. So this method will create a new list, will generate a new list. Do remember this point. Let me write it here. So this method generates new list, because here iterable I have taken as a list. It generates a new list. Now, if you print A, so original list only printed, which means 3, 4, 1, 2, 7, 9, 6. So you may not find any changes in A, right? So there will be no modifications will be placed in list A. Now, where you could identify the changes, you could identify the changes and it generates a new list after applying this sorted method. So for that, in order to see the changes, you just try to create one more variable here, B. So I have taken here B is a another object, so in which so modified list has been stored. Now if you print B, so by default the elements which are there in the list will be arranged in ascending order, because so reverse flag I have set it to what? False. So which means you will be getting output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. So this could be the output you will be getting, right? Now let me open my IDE and execute the same thing so that you could understand with a clarity. Now I have opened my IDE and let us take the one list here. So A is equal to, I'm taking here a list. So in this list, certain elements you could take here, right? Now let us use sorted method. So sorted of only I'm passing here iterable, that is A. Right now let us see the output you could see here. So this is what the output. So the elements which are arranged in ascending order, right? So the reason behind that is reverse flag. Reverse flag is set to what? So it is set to false. So hence we are getting the output in ascending order, right? Now let us see if you print A. So no changes you could identify in the original list. Original list remains the same, right? Now if you want to see the updated list, so you just try to save in one variable, that is B, right? So now if you print B, you could see the modified list, right? So I hope everybody clearly understood about this program, right? Now let us copy it and take one more cell. And here I'm writing a reverse flag. So reverse flag, I'm going to set it to false, right? Now you could see, so we got a similar output. I hope everybody is clear. Now, if you want to get the output in descending order, you have to change reverse flag from false to true. Let me write here true and execute it. Now, you will be getting output in reverse order or in descending order, which means the elements which are there in this list arranged in descending order. So I hope the point is clear to everybody. Now, let me explain when we take the key, right? So key parameter. So I'm going to make the changes here. So a comma, so key is equal to, right? Key is equal to, I'm taking here. So key is equal to none, I'm taking. Now let me execute it. So there is no change you could identify, right? Now let me take some nested lists so that you could identify some difference over here. So A is one of the lists. So list consists of another list. We can call it as nested list. Let me take some nested lists here. So 1, comma 2. Let me write 10, comma 12. And I'm taking one more here. So 4, comma 2. And I'm taking, so one more list, 12, comma 5. Right. So now let me arrange it. Now, if you see, let me remove this print A, execute it. Now you could see the elements which are there in the list has been arranged in ascending order. Now, if you see here, in every list we have, so this is what one element, and this is another element, and this is what one more element, right? Now, these elements will be arranged based on the first number. You could see by default, they have arranged based on first number, right? So this is 1, we got it. And then next one has been placed as 4, and then 10, 12. Now you could see the first numbers, so 1, 4, 10, 12. So they have arranged in ascending orders, right? So if you want to get the output in descending order, now you have to write here reverse equal to true. Now execute it. Now you could see the first number, it is 12, and then 10, 4, 1. So which means the elements which are there in the list has been arranged in descending order. So I hope everybody clearly understood what I have explained here. Now, so as I have mentioned clearly, at this key parameter, you may pass a function, right? Now, let me pass here a built-in function called sum. So which means what is going to happen here based on the sum, so these elements will be arranged. Now let me take reverse equal to false, which means ascending order. I just want to find out. Right now, let me explain what is going to happen over here. Now let me take a snipping tool and then copy this code. Now let me erase this and paste it. Now you could see, so what is 1 plus 2? It is 3. What is 10 plus 12? It is 22. What is 4 plus 2? It is 6. What is 12 plus 5? It is 7. Right? Now, after applying the sorted method, so in what way we can sort the elements? So we can customize the sort order using this key parameter. So at this key parameter, I have passed a built-in function called sum. So this sum function, the role is what? It will identify the sum of the elements which are there in the list, right? So here it will identify the sum. It is 3. It will be perform the sum operation over here. So 22, and then here we are getting 6. Here we are getting 7. So after performing the sum operation, and the elements will be arranged in ascending order as the reverse has been set to what? False. So which means you will be getting the output as what is the small sum here? So this is what 3. 3 corresponding list is 1, 2. So this will be placed first, comma. The next one is, so here 4, comma 2. And the next sum, it is 12, comma 5. And finally, you will be getting 10, comma 12. So now let me execute the same thing and check it out whether we are getting the same output or not. So let me open my IDE and execute it. Now you could see 1, 2, 4, 2, 12, 5, 10, 12. Now sum here 3, here 6, here 17, here 22. So I hope the idea of this key parameter is clear to everybody. So this is what 17, sorry. Right? So 12 plus 5, 17. So I hope everybody clearly understood what I have conveyed. So here some 3, here some 6, here some 17, here 22. So I hope everybody clearly understood what I have conveyed. So if you want to get in reverse order, then you just try to modify the reverse flag and set it to true. Now let me modify here. So instead of false, let us write it true and execute it. So in this case, the sum here 22, 17, 6, 3. You will be getting similar output, right? So I hope you could understand what I have conveyed. Now, let me make changes in this list. So instead of taking, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take strings. Let me write some strings here. So here the string is I, and then I'm writing here am doing my work, right? Now, so instead of this sum, I'm going to pass here the built-in function called len. Now, if I have executed, so what is going to happen? Based on the length, so these elements will be arranged. Now, what is the length of the string? 5. And here it is 4, it is 2, it is 2, and it is 1. So based on the length of the strings, the arrangement has been done. So it is in reverse order, right? So descending order, which means 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, right? So if you want to get in ascending order, so try to pass here false. So reverse has to set uh, as false so that you could understand, right? So 1, 2, 2, 4, 5. So I hope everybody clearly understood this sorted method. Now, as I told you, you could pass even not only built-in functions at the key parameter, you may pass the other functions also, that is user-defined functions or lambda functions. Suppose let me write here lambda, so which I did not discuss it, but for understanding point of view, the concept, so I have written here the lambda function, lambda. So let me write I colon, so I of, I am writing here 1. Now, let us see what will happen. You just try to observe the output only. Now, in this case, the elements has been arranged in descending order as we have placed reverse flag as true. But based on what elements the arrangement has been done is the first element. So here it is 2, 12, 2, 5, right? Now you could see here. So 12 is the maximum, and then 5, and then 2, and then 2. So based on the second element, so the arrangement has been done, right? So I will clearly explain later in my classes what is lambda function and all, right? So once the functions concept is over, you could understand. Now you just try to observe what has been we got the output, right? So I hope everybody clearly understood what I have conveyed in this presentation. So if you clearly understood my presentation, so uh, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.